the stuff that boosts your brain, turns it on, helps you lose weight, helps you burn fat, puts you in ketosis. I'm talking about that Bulletproof Coffee. I'm not.
Okay, now let's talk about just those opening 10 seconds for a second. He in his Facebook group puts on prize money cash rewards for people to fast their children for weeks to get their children skinny. I read some articles about cholesterol and a high-fat diet, and all of a sudden I thought I could interpret my numbers better than a trained physician. I'm sure most of us have changed our opinion on something before, and if you haven't, well, maybe it's time you start embracing some new perspectives. I, for one, have challenged many beliefs of mine that I used to hold very close to me. Over the course of my YouTube journey, from iPhone keto videos to well-produced carbohydrate-based videos, I've been dogmatic on certain things 100%. I've also challenged those dogmatic beliefs of mine and have changed my views and opinions on some things. As I was thinking about this for the last week or so, I went and looked back through my YouTube archives, browsing older videos of mine. Now, I've kept most of them up, but I've also taken down a good handful of them and I have put them on private. So I thought it'd be fun to pick a few of them, very popular videos of mine with hundreds of thousands of views that were making me money that, yes, I took down, and basically fact check them, for lack of a better term, and share with you why I've taken them down and why it's important to be open to new perspectives, new data, and to be okay with being wrong. That's the main point of this. I just thought it'd be a good way for me to also openly share with you how I've evolved over the past year with my thoughts on Bulletproof Coffee, the snake diet, and cholesterol, because those are three things that I still get asked about. But hopefully it also spreads some motivation for all of us as a community to question what we believe to be true. Now, whether or not we actually change our opinions on something is completely irrelevant. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I just think it's healthy to be able to embrace new perspectives objectively and consider new data, especially since these three videos are things most of you probably still subscribe to or resonate with. So let's go ahead and get into it. And for those who don't know, I have hired a new video editor to speed up my video production process. His name is Editor Steve. You might have seen him before in my recent videos. And one thing that he always does for us is he rolls our intro. So Editor Steve, if you could go ahead and do that, please, that'd be great. What's up? My name is Editor Steve. I'm 24, I'm a pro editor, and I'm single. Whoa. Dude, what are you doing?
Dude, what?
What are you doing? What are you saying?
Well, you just introduced me for the first time after like 3 fucking videos, so I'm letting the ladies know. What's up?
What? No. Dude, you can't do that on my videos, man.
Dude, don't be a dick. Stop cock blocking me.
Oh my god. Dude, just roll the fucking intro.
Whatever, dude.
Okay, so the first video we're gonna get into is how to make real bulletproof coffee, the official recipe. This video I posted back in June of 2017. It has 86,000 views and it was continuing to get views. A lot of subscribers from this video as well back in the day. So let's go ahead and dive into it.
I'm making a video talking about how to make real bulletproof coffee, the official stuff, the stuff that boosts your brain, turns it on, helps you lose weight, helps you burn fat, puts you in ketosis. I'm talking about that bulletproof coffee. I'm not.
Okay, now let's talk about just those opening 10 seconds for a second. Turns your brain on, helps you lose weight, puts you in ketosis. Now, I did find great energy from Bulletproof Coffee, but it's those last two statements that really just kind of makes me cringe. Helps you lose weight. That can easily be misleading because it's not put into context properly in this video. This is where, this is where I should have said that Bulletproof Coffee is supposed to be used as a breakfast replacement, not in addition to your already regular breakfast. Not just putting, 400 calories worth of fat into your coffee with what you were already having. I didn't put that into context here, and that's really important. So that's why I did make a follow-up video titled Bulletproof Coffee and Fat Loss. The real reason it works is because it's a breakfast replacement. For some people, it can help them feel satisfied till lunchtime. So they're replacing a 6, 7, 800 calorie breakfast with a 300 to 400 calorie beverage. So therefore, calorie deficit helps them lose weight. So I'm giving myself credit though, because those opening 10 seconds hit all the keywords, right? It hits all the buzzwords. Helps you lose weight, ketosis, turn your brain on. It just really, the first 10 seconds really grabs the attention. And I'm looking directly into the camera. I know that I'm pretty good at speaking, so those 10 seconds are already just kind of, like, dude.
Now, another ingredient you're gonna need is obviously the coffee. Now, the coffee needs to be mold-free, or else it does not work. It's not official. It's not real.
Hold on. It's not real? The coffee needs to be mold-free, or it doesn't work. It's not official. It's not real. Come on, bro. That's fucking stupid. That right there is just not, that's not true at all. This whole line right there is kind of bullshit for most people as well. I'm talking about mycotoxins and such, and my stance on mycotoxins in coffee has changed a bit since I was in this bulletproof brainwashed haze. We do know that mycotoxins are real, but at such a small level. The small level that they're actually present in roasted coffee beans is so minimal. I don't think that the emphasis I was giving mycotoxins was justified or validated the way that I was communicating it. I was communicating in a way where it's like, if you don't have this coffee, you're not going to get any benefit. It's not going to work. You're going to feel like shit, which is complete bullshit. I was using, although mycotoxins are real, they're a real thing, but studies have shown that the amount of mycotoxins that are actually in ready to drink coffee by the time you're actually drinking it is minimal. It's ridiculous. It's nothing, literally nothing to worry about. I'm doing this in a very fear-mongering type of way, trying to make people scared. Ooh, you have to buy the Bulletproof product. Ooh, that means you have to go through my links. It was just very, very gimmicky. But to say that mold is in the mycotoxins in coffee is gonna like kill you, or it's not gonna give you the same benefits, or it's bad coffee, that's just super far-fetched and a huge reach. And so I have shifted my stance on that. One of the most important things with coffee is when it was roasted and grinding it down before you brew it, like grinding it yourself right before you make a brew. That will give you a really fucking good cup of coffee in combination with when it was roasted. Ideally, you're buying a locally roasted coffee that was roasted within a few weeks, maybe a couple months, but you know, it's come on, it's not real. That's stupid.
You're gonna need a blender, because when you blend the coffee, that's where the magic happens. By blending it for about 25 to 30 seconds at a high speed, you're actually doing something to the chemicals in there. You're doing something where the brain octane oil, the fats in there, mix with each other, and your body's able to absorb them a lot better. So just, you know, giving a little stir or whatever, that's not doing anything. That's not giving you the full benefits. You need to blend it. It's not gonna give your body the fuel, the boost that it needs. It needs to be blended. I cannot emphasize that enough.
Be quiet, bro. Sit down, 2017 Steven. I sound like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because I don't right there know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm regurgitating what the Bulletproof blog and what Dave Asprey said. By blending it, you're doing something to the chemicals in there. Your body is able to absorb them a lot better. That's not giving you the full benefits. It's not going to give your body the fuel, the boost that it needs. There's a little bit of truth to that. Let me tell you what blending actually does do to the coffee. So mixing coffee with fats can help give you a more stable release of the caffeine, which is nice. You get kind of a little more stable thing. But to say that it's doing something to the chemicals and it's not going to give your body the fuel and the boost that it needs is complete bullshit. I mean, blending does help the texture in the froth, but doing something to the chemicals sounds stupid. I could have just said, yes, blending it makes it a lot better because of the froth, and it mixes incredibly well versus just stirring it. That would have been sufficient and true, but I was just trying to sound smart and trying to, chemicals, right? Which is stupid.
Cup ready. Hopefully it's preheated to keep it nice and warm. And now you have a beautiful, delicious,
my skin is
frothy,
really clear here,
brain
though.
boosting,
I will tell you that, and it still is.
Protein-giving, amazing flipping drink that you've ever had. Congratulations, you have now made the official, real Bulletproof
I have stains
coffee,
on my
one
shirt.
that's going to give you the brain-boosting, fat-burning benefits that you deserve, that you're looking for.
Fat burning benefits. Again, fat burning is misleading. It won't make you lose body fat. Simply using fat as a fuel does not equal less body fat. It does not mean you are burning fat off of your body and keeping it off. I have a whole video on this because I needed to really clear this up, because I used to say fat oxidation, you're using fat as a fuel on a keto diet, Bulletproof Coffee, fat burning benefits. Yeah, burning fat, that doesn't mean you're losing fat in any way, shape, or form. There's a difference between losing actual body fat and fat oxidation, which is using fat as a fuel. I have a whole video on this. I'll put a card right there so you can go watch it. Just, like I said, this whole video, I was brainwashed by Bulletproof. When I went on Instagram and looked up other people drinking Bulletproof Coffee because I wanted to engage with the community, I would see people mixing coconut oil with some generic ass coffee with like margarine, and like it was really wrong. That's why I made this video intentionally, was because I really wanted to give people the real recipe. But I mean, that's why I took this down, because some of the things I say in there, I'm just trying to sound smart. They're not even necessarily true. There's a lot of like marketing gimmicky type of stuff in there, and that's why I took that down, even though it has almost 100,000 views and was making me money through my Amazon affiliate links. Integrity, it just couldn't sit right with me. I stopped for a Greek yogurt. I'm eating yogurt. Matter of fact, this would be a good time to talk about our sponsor. Today, just kidding. There's no sponsor. Oh, fucking god damn it. Next in line is the snake diet video that I made almost exactly a year ago. The most common reason that someone would be watching a snake diet video or researching it or reading about it, whatever, is because they want to lose weight, right? It's all about weight loss and rapid weight loss. These are often people who have hopped from fad diet to fad diet, not seeing any sustainable results, and they're honestly desperate for the next best thing. And they're willing basically to do whatever it takes. They're just over it. They just want something. So in the video, I'm saying that it's a great way to lose weight and that I'm a fan of it. That is absolutely false now. Completely the opposite. The reason I'm no longer a fan of this is for different reasons. But let's start with this. It's literally starving yourself to lose weight incredibly fast, which is completely unnecessary, nor is it probably healthy in terms of sustainable fat loss. I mean, a healthy, sustainable rate of fat loss for long-term success is about 1% of your body weight per week. Losing 100 pounds in 30 days, 60 days, that's just extreme and a drastic change for your body to go through in such a short period of time. And not only that, but what issue does this really solve, right? I mean, you lost the weight, but did it change your eating habits? Did it teach you good eating habits for sustainable weight loss to keep the weight off? No, it didn't. It didn't change anything. How you lose weight, how you lose your weight is really important, because it must be sustained to keep the weight off. Now, Now, I know that some people can handle it, okay? But let's be real. For the average person, for most people, it's pretty tough mentally, especially for someone who already has an unhealthy relationship with food. The same can apply to OMAD, or the 1 meal a day diet. Are you using it because it truly is sustainable for you and you like it and you can naturally adhere to it? Or are you using it as an excuse to eat all your food at once and binge eat till you puke just to go back into a fast the next day, right? Like, completely unhealthy. What I also noticed, excuse me, Jesus Christ, all that yogurt. What I also noticed is that he is probably giving people an unhealthy relationship with food via guilt. He legit makes people feel guilty for even thinking about eating. Some people can handle that, okay? I get it. It can actually be a motivator. But not for everyone, okay? That can lead to some really unhealthy relationships with food. It's like fat shaming to get someone to lose weight. It can be a motivator for some, but for a lot of people, it just makes them feel like shit inside. And then this asshole, yeah, I'm using that word, started doing this shit with kids. He, in his Facebook group, puts on prize money cash rewards for people to fast their children for weeks to get their children skinny. That pisses me off. As a dad to a 7-year-old, that's just fucking insane. I mean, it's even worse to teach these negative habits to a child. Now, I'm not here to say that fasting's bad, right? But is that really a way to lose weight? Is that really something to teach with kids is, oh, you're fat, just don't fucking eat? No, that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't endorse that at all. This dude's gonna get shut down at some point. I believe it. It was a learning experience for me, and I did take it down. And look, I don't think the guy, Cole Robinson, I don't think he's a bad guy with bad intentions, but I do think that he's just bought his own bullshit and that he is too far gone with this protocol. Fasting kids is not okay. If someone's overweight, telling them to, and they've been overweight for their whole life, and telling them to just not eat for 4 weeks, for 2 months, and that, what does that actually solve? It doesn't solve any root problems. It doesn't do anything. I'm not here, like I said, to say that fasting is bad. Intermittent fasting is great. I fast overnight. I stop eating at 6 p.m. I start eating again at about 6 a.m. the next day. So about 12-hour fast. You know, I think every once in a while it's great to do maybe a 24-hour fast, or a few times a year do a 3-day fast, you know, something more extended if you want, if you like. But this is extreme. This is insane. I'm so glad I took that down. I do not endorse that at all. Okay, so next... so last but not least, we have the blood cholesterol video. This video has 163,000 views. Brought me a lot of subscribers. I remember when this video was going viral. It didn't go viral, but when it was at its peak, I mean, I was getting tens of thousands of views within a matter of hours. It was crazy. This video I took down. For a couple different reasons. It's 17 minutes. It's basically, if you haven't seen it, you can't see it anymore. It's me getting my blood results and my lipid panel and sharing that publicly on camera after being on a high-fat, ketogenic type of diet for the last 2.5 years. Now, the reason I took this video down is incredibly very simple. It was completely out of my lane. Point blank, period. And to put it quite bluntly, I had no idea what the hell I was talking about. Now, to be fair on myself, I'm not sitting in front of the camera in this video giving people medical advice. I'm not telling people how they should interpret their data. I say clearly that I am not in any way, shape, or form a doctor, okay? I'm just simply sharing how I'm interpreting my own lipid panel. But let's be fair. I am decent at public speaking. I can communicate a point persuasively if I really want to. So this video easily leads people to follow and believe and buy into what I was saying. The reality is I had just watched a few days worth of YouTube videos about cholesterol. I read some articles about cholesterol and a high-fat diet, and all of a sudden I thought I could interpret my numbers better than a trained physician. That is not how it works. That is not right, especially when I'm doing it publicly like this. Also, another small reason I took it down is I reference Eric Berg, the chiropractor, Dr. Berg, as a lot of people call him. In this video, I reference him as if he's some cholesterol expert and like, oh, he said it, so it's got to be true, which is just absolutely silly. My views on him have totally changed. I won't say anything further on that topic, but let's just say I don't buy a thing he says or a thing he sells because he loves to sell. Now, that's not to say that I no longer believe the info that I shared in the video and have sided with the old school, your grandfather's views on cholesterol. I personally think there is still a lot to be uncovered, and it is incredibly, amazingly, ridiculously individual and highly, highly, highly complex and nuanced, and is so multifactorial that it makes my head hurt. Whether high cholesterol on a high-fat diet is good or not is still being debated, and there are great points and data on both sides of the argument. I do read up on it from time to time, but I won't be speaking on it at any time in my life on this YouTube journey, simply because I need to stay in my lane. Cholesterol is a highly complex topic, and you need to know what you're talking about before you talk about it. And that simply was not the case with me in this video. You can tell the way I'm delivering is excited and yada yada because I think I'm right. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys. But to a trained person, you can tell, like, dude, what are you saying? Right? Like, I just said some really kind of just out of my lane, dumb things in this video. So I took it down, even though it was bringing me a lot of subscribers and a lot of views. The truth is that no one wants to change. We want simplicity. We want habits and routines. Our brains want life to be easy and safe for us. And to be frank, thinking new thoughts is hard and might be seen as dangerous to our nervous system, because then we start to dive into a new topic unknown to us. A lot of people also have a hard time embracing new perspectives and have a hard time challenging their opinions for another reason: ego. Some can't stand being wrong about something. They have to be right no matter what, and they'll find anything in their confirmation bias to make that be true to them in their world. I personally have been there with many things. I think we all have at some point. But real growth, evolving, comes from embracing new perspectives and challenging what you've been told, what you've been learned, looking at two sides of an argument objectively, and then basing your opinion off of that data in combination with your own experiences. It's being open to seeing new data on something and not brushing it off just because it doesn't align with my confirmation bias. Now, at the time of making these videos, I truly believed in what I was saying at the time. So I'm not giving myself shit for making these videos. Matter of fact, I'm proud of myself that I can look back and correct myself and make fun of myself and admit when I'm wrong and embrace new perspectives. But to be honest with you, the moment that I rewatched these videos for the first time with this new lens, I had an immediate thought of, oh shit, I don't want anyone to see this. I'm totally wrong or out of my lane on some points or whatever. It was a tough moment for me. It literally gave me a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach, and that's why I took them down. When that happened, it was a turning point for my content and journey here on YouTube, because from then forward, I made sure to do proper research from credible sources, from unbiased scientific research reviews. I started asking better questions. I made sure to reference studies and provide all links to my research in the description. It really has been a learning experience for the better because it has enhanced my content. And now with each piece of content I put out, I'm proud of every single one, and I stand behind it because I know I've done my due diligence. Of course, I always throw in my own opinions and experiences in the videos, but I make it more clear when something is just my opinion or personal experience. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as I enjoyed making it. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video by reading off some selected comments from last week's video, which was on lion's mane mushroom. Anthony says, great video. I've experimented with lion's mane, but personally felt nothing other than the peace of mind knowing that it's probably doing something good for my body. Reishi, however, is super effective. I take reishi before I go out at night. It puts me in a chill, relaxed state. So I'm glad he brought that up because, like I said in the lion's mane mushroom video, some people take lion's mane and don't actually feel anything, and a lot of people do. I'm one of them. But he mentioned reishi, which is great. The other week, it was the morning, and I was getting my daughter ready for school, making her breakfast, making sure she's dressed and all this, and for some reason, I was feeling super stressed and super frantic, and like I was being rushed for some reason, even though we were on time and nothing was actually going wrong. And I was making my cup of coffee, and instead of putting my usual lion's mane and cordyceps in there, I decided to put reishi in there, which I usually never do in the morning. I usually do that at night. But about halfway down the cup of coffee, immediately I felt this really nice, calm, relaxed state, and in combination with the caffeine from the coffee, it was like this nice calm kind of focus. It definitely took me from being all rushed and frantic to a nice calm, easygoing morning, and that was beautiful. So my next my next Mushroom 101 video will be on reishi mushroom. Overdone and Underpaid says, lion's mane has been shown to cause a 20% increase in bathrobe usage and a 40% decrease in understanding how to do maths on your fingers. That is absolutely true. I wore a robe in that video for no reason, a Betty Boop robe. Then sometimes when I do math on my fingers, I say 4 and I hold up 8, or I say 2 and I hold up 4. So that's absolutely true. Lion's mane will cause you to wear robes and not know how to do math on your fingers. All right, and the last one says, hey Steven, thanks for the video. I have the lion's mane organic fruiting body extract, but I noticed that it was grown in China. China has the lowest quality control in the world from what I've heard. What is your concern about the mushroom powders being grown in China? That is a very common concern, and it is actually nothing to worry about. 87% of the world's mushrooms come from China, and China is very well known for their mushroom growing and cultivation processes and how they do it. Their standards are very, very high. Their quality control is very, very high when it comes to mushroom cultivation, mushroom growing. So China is one of the best and most reliable places to source mushroom powders. Real Mushrooms, Alpha Dynamics, all the legit ones do get most of their mushroom extracts from China, which is totally okay. Also, growing and cultivating these mushrooms in China makes it really, really affordable for us as consumers for purchasing the end product. It's really, really expensive to grow proper mushroom extracts here in the United States, and it would just not make any sense financially for anyone to do that or for us, because then the end product would be super expensive. So I'll link some articles, and there's actually evidence to support this as well. So I'll link the articles that I replied to him with in this description below if you're concerned about China and mushroom growing and the extracts and the supplements, things like that. It's actually a great place to get mushroom supplements. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the style of this video. I hope you enjoyed this little end snippet here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this clip into the edit and upload it for you guys. It's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you have any comments, questions, funny comments, whatever, leave them in a comment down below, and you might get featured at the end of next week's, and you might get featured at the end of next week's video as well. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Thank you so much.